Well, I can say quite clearly that we recently advertised Pink Floyd concerts in London. We took 16 coaches overall, 12 of them from Merseyside, and 7 of those coaches direct through Birkenhead and Wallasey. And of the local radio advertising that we did on Radio City and also on Merseyland Alternative Radio, the response was 50% for each station.
Knowing the records that I supply to some of the DJs which they play, we then get a demand for the record, and it's being played nowhere else locally.
The advertisers may not be taking risks, but the broadcasters are. They face fines, even imprisonment.
Certainly a record that didn't make it. That's Depeche Mode and Dreaming of Me.
Like television evasion, the response from the authorities comes in the form of detector vans who home in on the signals. But having located a station, it takes time to execute a search warrant. By that time, free radio can be on the move again.
Ian, does it surprise you so many years after Radio Caroline, 4 or 5 years after people throwing wires over trees, the group of people like this see a need for what they call alternative radio?
It doesn't surprise me at all. Radio is a very interesting medium. There are many, many people who actually want to get involved in it. And I'm not at all surprised that there are pirate stations setting up left, right and centre. At the same time, obviously, I can't condone that because these people are breaking the law.
It's simply down to operating a radio transmitter without a licence, which is what the present citizen band radio enthusiasts, the breakers, faced. It's a civil offence. The penalties can be up to £400 or 6 months imprisonment, or both. Over the last couple of years, the operator from Radio Jackie in Liverpool was given a stiff sentence, £200 fine, and because of previous convictions of broadcasting, he was given a suspended sentence, a 6-month suspended sentence for 2 years. They vary. It can go from £70 to £400.
But surely it's very easy for them to locate you.
Well, we pride ourselves to think that we've got a good station in terms of DJs, presentation, and also security. They come out quite a lot. They come out an awful lot. Fortunately, we have walkie-talkies, telephones, binoculars, cars, so more often than not we can spot them before they get to us.
Built for the Liverpool and Manchester Railway and specially restored for last year.
Minority interest certainly from the BBC, even that of locomotive enthusiasts.
Railway Spectacular is this evening at 7:25. BBC Radio.
But no matter what BBC executives may say, there is no doubt that disc jockeys like Alan Jackson find themselves competing for the middle-of-the-road music market with commercial radio stations. And the obsession with pop music ignores, according to Free Radio, the whole indigenous music scene.
One of the essential ingredients of your own show seems to be portraying what local bands are doing.
Yes.
How does that work?
Oh, it's good. It's very interesting. I get loads of tapes from local bands, and I get some tapes that nobody's ever heard of the band before, and I play the tapes at home quite a bit, pick out, say, 2 or 3 good tracks, and I plug them a couple of weeks, and the interest that's shown in those bands is amazing. So they're not going to get any publicity at all, or any chance to sort of show their, play their music without us, really. No other station wants to hear that kind of music.
Well, MAR have obviously copied off us. We have been running a spot for local bands for something like 6 years now in a programme on a Friday evening called Rock Around, presented by Phil Ross. And indeed, we thought that it was worthwhile expanding this particular service, and we have brought out a new programme which came on the air about 4 weeks ago called Street Life, 8:30 on a Sunday evening, in which we encourage local bands, of which there are a great many numbers, to send in their demonstration tapes, and if the quality is up to the standards that we expect, then we will put them on the air and give them some publicity.
The letters we receive weekly now, as we've been on the air for 20 months, approximately 100 letters a week. I estimate, we've had somebody look into the figures, but that represents probably 100,000 listeners every weekend who tune in for music, whether it be 10 minutes or to a whole show.
Asking about people's radio listening habits. Do you listen to radio at weekend at all?
Yeah.
Would you know what MAR stands for?
Yeah. Merseyland Alternative Radio.
Can you tell me anything about it?
Broadcast on 266, but apart from that, I don't listen to it. Listen to City.
Merseyland Alternative.
Do you listen to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
What do you think about it?
not too bad.
It's not too
I like
bad.
City. The only one I listen to is Radio City.
Do you know any other local stations?
No.
None.
Never bother. Well, Merseyside, know of it, but never bother with it.
What about MAR?
Never. No, never heard of it.
Merseyland Alternative Radio.
Do you listen to it at all?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
It's alright.
They play a mixture of all different records, mainly for young people.
I think probably that is the one criticism which I would agree with. I think that perhaps our audience profile, the ages of our audience, is a little higher than we would hope for. It's a large and loyal audience, and we're grateful that they actually listen and get the service that they expect from BBC Radio. But I would like to see us attracting a younger audience, and I think that we have to do this in a way in which we do not alienate the existing audience, and that is a very difficult problem, but one that we'll have to come to terms with in the years to come.
If you want the best time on the air, tune in to MAR.
I tune in to MAR each and every weekend on 266.
People don't want to get bland music all day or chat all day. There's certain markets in the population who want to listen to music, and music of their choice, so therefore they would listen to alternative radio. If there wasn't a demand for them, they wouldn't be bothered broadcasting.
I think that part of the magic of MAR is that the station is illegal. It's compulsive listening because it is illegal. There's some, we are putting ourselves on the line for the listener who's paying nothing. The listener, I hope, appreciates that there's somebody on the other end doing a service for them.
And with the time now, it's exactly 12 midnight. That brings an end to the programmes of Merseyland Alternative Radio for this particular Saturday. Thank you and good night.